Ladies and gentlemen, a word from the President of the United States of America.
Looks like the concrete holds up and the wood doesn't, right?
Yep.
The wood is not holding up.
Good morning. On behalf of Chairman Scott Parson, welcome to the 2018 National Ready Mix Concrete Annual Convention. We're excited to kick off our convention and have some very innovative things to show you. Today and going forward, we are going to present the big picture on the state of our industry and how our big picture thinking will grow us for the next 10, 20, and 30 years. Our innovative presentation is being live streamed on buildwithstrength.com. Tomorrow, your employees across the country will gather in break rooms and lunch rooms in their offices and at watch parties and local gatherings to hear the state of their industry. They will be sharing their thoughts on social media using the hashtag NRMCA 2018. And I encourage all of you in the room to do the same. The state of the concrete industry is strong. It's thriving and in a position to make substantial progress this year and in years to come. Because of the investments you have made, we are changing the way communities are built. Collectively, we believe that our communities should be safe, resilient, and strong. 3 years ago, you invested in a proactive effort that launched Build with Strength and Pave Ahead. The progress we have made since then is substantial. Not only do people think differently about concrete now, but we have demonstrated that our unique product is the solution to many of the problems our nation faces, from catastrophic natural disaster to fires. Together, we make our communities stronger.
America used to be a place where buildings lasted for generations, kept communities safe, and resisted the elements. Before 2000, apartments, student dorms, and long-term care facilities were built with concrete and steel for safety, just like office buildings, schools, and hospitals. But the home builders and wood industry saw an opportunity to throw up buildings faster with combustible construction materials. They lobbied for wood framing in multifamily structures to benefit their industries. They asked for trade-offs like weaker firewall protection, taller wood structures, and substituting weaker sprinkler requirements, which would allow them to cut corners at every turn and make more money. As a result, they neglect protection against deadly fires and completely ignore the dangers of building with combustible materials. They convinced building code officials and legislators to change the building codes to allow the use of combustible wood framing for some of our most vulnerable population, young families, students, and the elderly. And America is paying the price. Thanks to lax code changes, fires are rampant. Today, larger and taller stick-built multifamily buildings now have weaker sprinkler systems. All over the country, fires are leaving a path of destruction, displacing communities, costing millions, and putting countless lives at risk. These so-called code safety trade-offs are costing money and lives. Research commissioned by the National Association of State Fire Marshals concludes that buildings are 23% less safe as a result of the weakened building codes. If we want to save lives and protect our communities, we must upgrade our building requirements with safer building codes that include non-combustible materials like concrete and steel. Learn more at buildwithstrength.com.
For 15 years, communities were built using inadequate materials, and shortcuts were taken. Even if these buildings don't burn, they are loud, collapse, rot, and mold, all because the wood industry and the home builders were proactive in their efforts. Codes that protected our communities for decades were erased. I'd now like to introduce Executive Vice President Greg Lewis for our promotion strategies.
Thank you, Bob. Good morning. You'll recall Bob and Alan Hamblin famously stood before you 2 years ago, chainsaws in hand, and said, "Our industry is not going to take it. We are the concrete industry, and yes, we want to sell more concrete. It's the wisest choice a developer can make and a lawmaker can encourage." Since we met 2 years ago in San Diego, we launched a campaign that I know our industry is proud of. We developed Build with Strength to serve as the foundational brand to organize the 3 pillars of the program: business development, state and local advocacy, and public affairs and communications. We are disrupting the building industry. We are no longer simply an industry of trucks arriving at construction sites to deliver concrete. We are an industry that is helping developers, architects, and builders understand how concrete is the key to buildings that are beautifully designed, extremely energy efficient, and built to last a lifetime. We are proactively capitalizing on the opportunities in states and cities that have seen their citizens become victims when inferior building products are used in construction. In 2018, the program has reached a crossroads. We have a unified and recognizable brand. In fact, more than 3/4 of the building and design community have a favorable opinion of the Build with Strength program. It validates the investment you have put forth. According to CNBC, 2018 is shaping up to be an exceptionally strong year of growth for construction in the U.S. There is renewed economic confidence throughout America. As President Trump said in his State of the Union address, America is a nation of builders. And now, more than ever, we have the opportunity to lead those builders toward a solution that will last for generations. We must position ourselves to be the solution for entire projects, not just parking garages and foundations for buildings built out of wood. Right now, every single 6-story building made with wood leaves $500,000 of this industry's money on the table. Our efforts in changing local codes give us a fighting chance to change this. Thanks to the robust public affairs campaign, we are bringing new partners to the table who believe in our mission. While the current state of our industry is strong, we can make it stronger in 2019, 2020, and beyond. Like concrete, Build with Strength is the foundation of our effort. To capture more market share in 2018 and beyond, we must execute on the key strategies of our program.
One of the major misconceptions of concrete buildings are that they are significantly more expensive and that they do not perform as well as wood structures. Both are completely false.
Imagine for a second being able to have the best, most fully informed design professionals and construction professionals available at no cost to provide you with alternatives to the way that you typically do the work that you do.
Since we launched our Concrete Design Center, we have influenced 3.1 million cubic yards of concrete and flipped 67 wood projects. Members are critical to the success of our program. That's why, in part, we are proud to announce that we had 57 member referrals in 2017, and we look forward to many more this year and in the years ahead. This is an incredible accomplishment for our industry. In Colorado, Aggregate Industries introduced our concrete design team to the developer of Bond Farm Co-Housing. When this project breaks ground later this year, it will yield an estimated $2 million in additional ready-mix concrete for a local producer member. In Arizona, we met with facility managers, architects, and fire safety professionals to introduce concrete and ICFs as a cost-effective way for them to build a new facility for first responders. That new facility will serve as a case study for fire departments all across the country to emulate. We need your help in executing our strategy for concrete promotion. The idea is simple and can be broken down into 3 steps. Connect with more developers. Consult on the best concrete solutions for their projects. And convert those projects to concrete. We invested in our promotions team all across the country. Our job now is to ensure that each of you builds a relationship with members of our promotions team working in your markets. We need your help in increasing our reach and impact. We need you to introduce us to developers and other project stakeholders in the markets you serve. I'd now like to introduce our Vice President for State and Local Government Affairs, John Lawyer.
And I'd like to introduce Larry Williams from the Steel Framing Industry Association.
We joined the Build with Strength Coalition because it is the perfect place for us to come together to protect our interests for the future. We've all seen what the wood assault has done to both our market share. And the Build with Strength Coalition gives us a perfect venue for us to work together, not just to defend our interests today, take back our market share from yesterday, but also build our markets for the future.
Thanks, Larry. He's actually in the back of the room. Our efforts to enact safer and more sustainable building standards are crucial to the long-term success of this industry. This is literally the most economical marketing you can do. We have proactive plans in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and New Jersey that, when enacted into law, will be the biggest victories for Build with Strength. We have the wood industry and the home builders playing defense in markets all across America. However, cross-laminated timber, which most of you have heard of at this point, is another big threat to putting concrete first. It has the potential to halt the progress of Build with Strength. We must continue to advocate for life cycle analysis measures instead of embodied energy mandates for environmental product declarations. And it's critical that we see continued and increased member involvement in both grassroots and political advocacy, along with our fundraising efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, the wood industry has spent $33 million since 2013 to promote their products in our markets. The fight is bigger than any one member company, any association, or any state affiliate. No one can fight these battles alone, We must be united, and together we can defeat their efforts. Communities across America are beginning to take notice. Momentum is the key, and we need to continue ours, now more than ever. I'd like to remind everybody that Build with Strength is a coalition of the National Ready Mix Concrete Association. Our mission is to grow our coalition to advocate alongside us to ensure our communities put concrete first. We've dug ourselves into a few key markets where the environment proved ready. Leveraging that coalition, they're telling lawmakers why it's important to build with strength. We are speaking to the media and advocating and activating our grassroots networks. In New Jersey, for instance, 6 counties representing almost half of the state's population are now on record as unanimously passing resolutions supporting our statewide legislation in that state. We also have non-traditional allies in places like Los Angeles, where groups such as the LA Housing Partnership believe affordable housing should be safe housing. We're positioned to pass a pro-concrete ordinance in Los Angeles, one of the largest construction markets in the world. In Philadelphia, we've aligned with community and business organizations, housing, labor groups, the fire service, to promote non-combustible construction in this densely populated city. Government and affiliate relations, coalition building, political advocacy, media relations, social media, and content development continue to be the core of what we do. This is why we are dominating the conversation and, frankly, winning these arguments every day. Having a diverse coalition means having partners who can help spread the word. They lend credibility to our message, and they reach non-traditional audiences and help tell the story to the media for us. We've worked with our partners to host public events throughout the country, and these include, for instance, a large donation to the Philadelphia Firefighters Charitable Foundation, legislative meetings with City Council in Los Angeles, school tours in Kentucky, and educational programs online. Our design assistance team held a lunch and learn with E2L Developments in Orlando that resulted in a converted project. The developer has other large-scale projects for which they are considering concrete.
This is the first time I've really been near the ocean as a developer, and where most of my product is actually in the 135-mile wind. All severe weather comes with usually huge amounts of water. With ICFs, it's kind of hard to describe, but the reality is I truly am giving you a bulletproof wall. In 20 years, I've yet to find the fault. It's fantastically strong.
Throughout the year, we've offered several educational opportunities on design and construction of high-performance concrete buildings. We made a concerted effort in helping builders and developers understand how ICFs, insulated concrete forms, are a solution to quicker, safer, and frankly, less expensive construction, competing with wood in those markets. We've offered courses that can be tailored to different formats. Our goal is to ensure that designers, owners, developers have the needed tools and the education to utilize concrete for their products. Greg?
Thank you, John. We launched Build with Strength for you, for your companies, your employees, your customers, and yes, for your communities. We created a wealth of resources that can be beneficial to ensuring your local communities are poised to change the way they build. Don't forget to bookmark buildwithstrength.com. There you will find all of the resources that are available to you. The work we have done on Build with Strength has provided us a template to better promote our local paving program. We invested in communications resources and tools to help us advance our goals. Pave Ahead is our approach to educating developers and local officials when it comes to local paving options. We have a new interactive website found at paveahead.com. Pave Ahead will take our local paving initiatives to the next level. Bob?
Thank you, Greg. As you can see, we're changing the way communities are going to be built. We measure success in how many yards of concrete we sell, how many developers we convert, legislative victories, and the growth of our coalition. Our priorities for 2018 include passage of local ordinances, ensuring you know our promotion teams in your area, sustaining and growing Build with Strength and Pave Ahead, validating your investment in these industry-relating programs. We are the concrete industry, and yes, we want to sell more concrete, and that's a no-brainer. There is still more you can do. Participate in our political advocacy efforts across the country. Activate your employees for our local campaigns. Recruit other local organizations to be part of our coalition. Embrace our Concrete Design Center. Together, we can change the way communities are being built. Thank you for your trust. We hope you're as proud of this industry as we are. And now we're happy to take any questions.